What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. So shout out to my homeboy. He's on Instagram, at Charlie Wood. He's sponsored by BMX, sponsored by Vans, doing BMX stuff. And that's why he's able to shoot me Vans stuff all the time. Show me 3 different packages thus far. Those checkered slip-on shoes, a couple t-shirts, and some other stuff. Just shout out, showing love to Charlie Wood on Instagram. It's my dog. What's up, brother? So, I stabbed myself in the hand yesterday. Somebody else I need to shout out is LKO Freestyle. Homeboy shot me a $20 money order. Got it in my P.O. box. Went right over to the bank to cash it. When I was leaving the bank, getting in my car, you know my driver's side door doesn't work. Had to get into the back seat. As I'm getting in, I'm going to assume he's a homeless guy. A little distance off. And he comes walking towards me kind of at a fast pace. And he's talking aggressively. His tone is aggressive. So I'm like, what? And he goes, oh, no. And he started softening up his tone. He's like, oh, have a good day. But I didn't get a good vibe at all about him. So I got in, hurried up, scuffled through to the front seat, situated myself in the driver's seat, and I look up and there he is, standing in front of my car. And he's mouthing to me, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker. So I have this knife that Leland gave me. I have another knife just like this in my car. So I pull it up and go, I'm going to hold it. We're just staring at each other. He's literally right in front of my car, staring at me, mouthing, I'm going to kill you, motherfuckers. I have this knife, I'm holding it. So we're staring at each other for like 30 seconds. When he finally goes to walk away, I go to grab my phone, not even realizing that my knife is still in my hand. So I just go to grab my phone and bam, plunge it into my hand on my right side, but I got it right here. And went through all this skin, of course, and hit the bone, which is a weird feeling, but still feels kind of bruised. So yeah, whatever. He smashed off that way. I smashed off this way. One time I was in a bar though. I never go to bars. I'm not really into drinking. I was watching a band play. After the band was over, I did have a drink or so, and I went over by the pool table, and this fool swings at me. Fool takes a swing. I don't know what he's aiming for, what he's trying to do, but he hits me in my neck. As soon as he connects, I turn around before I can even do anything. The bouncer snatches me up, hems me up, throws me into the wall, gives me like a rib punch even. Like, dude, you're treating me totally like I'm the aggressor. I'm like, what in the hell? He's like, man, we're not going to tolerate that here. I think to myself, I'm the one that got swung on. You should be hemming up the other dude, but I'm just like, whatever. So then he literally rushes me out the back door and pushes me out. And this chick earlier had already asked for a ride home. So I was like, yeah, I told her I'd give a ride home. Boom, there she is. She came out the front door, came around, she see me. I got still get a ride home. I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, fuck. So I get in my truck, try to drive off, and I think, man, fuck that. So I flip back around. I put paper plates on my truck. So I do, and I'm going to get involved in some dirt. Because that dude's going to come back outside. It's almost 2. And I'm going to ask him what his problem is. But I noticed he had 3 or 4 homeboys with him. And all I have is this chick. And I'm not expecting that at her. So I grab a knife. Speaking of knife, oh, the homeboy, Justin Fox, shot me this right here. He shot me the other one. Where's the other one at? I already showed this one off. Believe it or not, I'm getting really good at throwing these knives. I got haystacks and bullseyes. And I'm hitting the bullseye. This one's dope right here. I haven't threw this one yet. Because I've been enjoying looking at it. So good looking at homeboy. So, paper plates on the truck. Park in the dark. I got this knife. I got it out and I got it open. And I'm sitting there, all of a sudden I hear the girl start screaming. I don't know how she did it. I even asked her a couple times later on, hey, how'd you do that? She couldn't explain how. But she sliced her hand open on the knife that I had out. On this part right here, a big old slice. And she's shaking it and going like this, it's screaming. I'm like, whoa! And it's like throwing blood everywhere. I go, calm down. Finally she grabs it and pinches it. We start driving off. I'm like, I guess I'll take you to the hospital. I didn't want to go to the hospital. I was like telling her, man, it's going to be like a 4 or 5 hour wait. I'm telling her, in fact, I probably have to just drop you off. Can you get another ride home or whatever? Like, I'm... You know, like, sorry you cut yourself on a knife in my truck, but I don't really feel like it's in the hospital for 4 hours, 5 hours. She's like, no, forget it. Take me to my pad. I was like, wow. Don't tell me you're going to sew it up on some gangster shit. She's like, no, I got this. Don't trip. We go to her pad, and she super glues it shut. Couldn't believe it. I mean, I heard about it, but I never seen it. Super glued it shut like it wasn't no thing. And later on, years down the road, and I'm working in the oil fields. I'm working with this welder. He takes off his guard. The guard's there to keep you safe because he wants to put a big old... illegal for the oil fields anyway, big old grinding wheel. Not illegal, like the cops are going to arrest him. Hey, that's a big ass grinding wheel. No, just, you couldn't have it out there on the job site, a grinding wheel this big. So he took his guard off, put it on, it's a wire wheel. I use it, kicks back, slices to the bone, my knuckle. I just worked all day, didn't trip on it. When I got home, super glued it, had my neighbor super glue it shut. And what tripped me out, super gluing it shut, hurt worse than cutting it. Hurt bad, I like, damn, it burned. And I thought back to that girl, like, damn, she didn't flinch at all. She acted like it didn't hurt. I assumed that putting super glue in a cut would not hurt, judging by her reaction, which was none. But no, it hurt, hell. It burned bad. So anyways, that's what happened there. I'm at CMC West. There's this dude there, I can't stand him, his name's Cowboy. Hate this fool. You can usually tell a fake-ass fool in prison if he's an older dude and he has a couple of youngsters hanging around him. That's how this dude was. And the youngsters that was run around, do all this shit for him, and he walks around and acts like he's all tough. Always trying to get in people's business. He's always doing this. That's my pet peeve. I hate that more than anything. I will never, dude, you cannot make me come by fingering me. Period. It doesn't happen. I do not come when I get fingered. I had a boss who used to do that too. It's actually the boss's son. Every time I work with him, he'd get out of his truck, I'd be over by the rig, and he'd look at me and he'd do this, one of these numbers. And I would just be like, nope, I'm staying right here, homeboy. You have to bring your ass over here and tell me what it is you want to tell me, because I do not come when I get fingered. I cannot stand that. Not this, not this, not this, not that, not that. No, I'm getting carried away, but no, definitely not this. So, and that's what that dude Cowboys always do. And then I had a debt to these Southsiders. And one day I'm walking the lab. Cowboy comes up. He's like, hey, homeboy, hey, Splinter, let me get at you real quick. I go, no, it has anything to do with the debt I owe. It's none of your business. Don't sweat it, bald-headed. He's like, yeah, I want to talk about that. I go, but don't trip, dude. He's like, I just want to make sure you're okay, homeboy. I said, yeah, I'm okay. I stay okay. I'm good. Don't worry about it. It's none of your business. Anyways, he was always in people's business, always acting real tough. I couldn't stand him. And there's this kid. Stayed out of the way. He was there for DUI. He was from Santa Barbara. He didn't talk to nobody. No one talked to him. He was always over shooting hoops or horseshoe. He was minding his own business. He never talked to nobody. His old lady broke up with him in the mail. He got a letter. Boom, straight dumped. I didn't there to witness it, but how they told to me he was carrying on. I don't know what carrying on means. Was he crying? Was he huffing and puffing? Was he just throwing stuff around? The word I got, he was carrying on. So that Cowboy dude tried to get at him. Say, hey, we don't get down like that, brother. Hey, you need to slow your roll. Try to correct him when he was going off over getting some bad news from the streets. And that dude just swung and just cracked him, clobbered Cowboy, knocked him out, and then put a big old mark on his face to where he had to miss like 3 or 4 days worth of meals. And at CMC West, you go to the chow hall for your lunch. Most prisons, you get a sack lunch and breakfast. So he couldn't go to breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the chow hall. He had to kind of like avoid the cops. The dude, the little youngster who stayed out of the way, didn't even really know he was there, straight clobbered him, knocked him out, left a big old mark on his face. I mean, it's one thing to get knocked down, clobbered, but it's another thing when they leave a mark. Everyone's get deceived like 3 or 4 days, like, damn, look at Cowboy's face, because they're clowning on his shit. After that, it really humbled him. And I talked to him, he's like, man, what? Just 'cause I get clobbered one time, I get clocked one good time, no one likes me? I was like, dude, no one liked you before you got clogged. It was just really funny. Everyone loves to see the bully, the dude that thinks is all bad and everyone's business get knocked out, especially when it's by the little quiet guy. And that's what happened in this little situation. Just like, trip on this. I'm in my cell, in pre-trial. I get Sally one night, comes in. It's like, what's up, homeboy? My name's Sledge Hammer. I go, Sledge Hammer? Trim me out, because he didn't look like a sledgehammer. He didn't even really look like a ball peen hammer. He's a little skinny, little youngster, little white kid, little 110-pound youngster. Sledgehammer. I was like, oh, all right, Sledgehammer. So he tells me, he goes, hey, I'm going to need the bottom rack. I was like, what? He pulls up his back and shows me. And yeah, there was scarring there. I was like, all right. He's like, I messed in my bag, dude. He even invited me in for a closer look. And even said I can inspect with my fingers. If I wanted to poke around, there was a metal bar. I'm like, I believe you, dog. I don't feel like poking or prodding. You made your point. I 100% believe that you do have a metal bar in your back. And you know what? You can have the lower bunk. It ain't no thing. I'm going to Wasco next week. It's all yours. Make yourself comfortable. So I liked him at first. I thought it was funny. Sledgehammer with his pole on his back. Then he fucked up. When he hit the paw, started talking to homeboys. He let everybody know, hey, I got this messed up back. Never do that. Even after I got bit by the dog, I've been beat up by the cops, I've been beat up by individuals on the streets, and then went to prison. I've been kicking heroin real bad. Every time I hit the spot, hit county jail, I come in, I'm 100. I'm ready to go, let's do this. I'm in my prime. I never come in like, oh, I'm injured, I'm weak. Well, maybe if I'm kicking heroin real bad, that will last for a couple of days. I'm not going to sit and lie, because that will put your dick in the dirt. But by and large, for the most part, I'm coming in there with my head high, like, dude, whatever. I'm down to do for whatever. I'm not going to exploit and talk about and, like, really magnify my weaknesses. No, never that. He went around telling everybody. And then what he started doing to mess everything up, too, was he asked for everyone's Tylenol. Because if you don't spend money in the county jail, they give you a welfare bag, which is 2 envelopes, some soap, some Tylenol, and a razor. So his Tylenol was built up after a while. He started going around asking for everyone's Tylenol. His back was stiff. He'd always be like, oh, I'm stiff. And then start calling him Stiffy. And that's how the nature of a nickname. I mean, don't go around saying Stiffy, I'm stiff. They're going to start calling you motherfucking Stiffy. They don't care if your name is Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer's out the window at this point. He even came and tried to talk to me about it. He's like, Splinter, can you do something about it? They're calling me Stiffy. I was like, brother, look at me, I'm Splinter. I wanted to be Battlestar Galactica, if you could say that in one breath. But no, Splinter stuck. And I'm afraid fucking Stiffy's gonna stick on you as well, homeboy. Sledgehammer's like, that's bye-bye. So anyway, Stiffy, what other concerns do you have? So, other than that, then he got into it. Stiffy did. With this one guy. Oh, wait. I almost forgot the most important part. We did have to have a talk, him and I. And I understand his back hurt and stuff. But always when we were in our cell, he'd be like, I'm stiff. He'd be moaning, I'm stiff. And I finally had to snap. And I was like, dude, pick a code word. It's really messing with me. It's tripping me out to have another man in such close proximity saying, moaning and saying how stiff you are. You're moaning and saying you're stiff? Dude, whenever you feel that sensation of stiffness, be like, blue triangle. Like, giraffe. Pick something else, dude. Like stiff, you're like, tripping me out, dog. I don't want to hear that shit no more. So he stopped moaning and saying he was stiff. No, he kept moaning, but he didn't say stiff. He didn't even say blue triangle. He would just be like, I get it. His back was jacked up. I guess it was a serious car accident. I don't know. Then he got into it with this dude named Viking. Viking was weird too. Viking actually thought Viking was a blood type. And this dude was just all about Viking. He even said he did his DNA and was able to prove somehow that his mom and dad were both on Viking ships. I'm like, dude, I did my DNA too, but didn't go nearly back that far. I think I went back to like the early 1900s. Like, I know my grandpa owned a cookie store. I don't know anything about Viking ships and shit. Like, dude, who'd you use? Where'd you go through? This is crazy ass DNA, man. Wow. So we went back to like when Earth was built. Anyways, be that as it may, Viking and Sledgehammer ended up having a problem because Sledgehammer took a shower and left the soap in there. And that happens. You go in there, you usually have your soap, and there's like a little, people make these things out of lunch bags. You wear it on your neck, and you just hold your soap in it. If you take it off your neck and hold on to the shower thing, what I'm trying to say, in a roundabout way, it's easy to leave your soap behind. Maybe your boxers and your socks, you might leave them over the door because the door shuts. You might leave, it's easy to leave your shampoos in there, whatever. So he left the shit behind, so this Viking came and grabbed all of it and just threw it away. And then when Sledgehammer came, like, whoa, where's all my stuff? Viking's like, some trash, I threw it away. Like, what the fuck? Why would you throw it away? Usually you're supposed to say, hey, is there someone's soap or wherever? This is somebody's stuff right here. And he threw it away. So then when Sledgehammer, Stiffy, came and told me that he'd throw stuff away, I was like, dude, you're going to have to handle it. You're just really just going to have to get busy. There's no way you're going to let him do that to you. So they set it up. They were in a fight. The odds were definitely thinking the Viking was going to beat the dog shit out of the Sledgehammer. They go in there, Sledgehammer pulls back. Boom! Knocks him out. One punch. The first punch. He's out. Then when Viking finally jumped up, he was wanting to just kill Sledgehammer. Like, he was not over. He's like, no, it's not squashed. Like, they really had to calm him down. He was like looking for him. Sledgehammer, like, it was done after that. No one wanted to see it go any further. They liked how it ended. They liked to say, hey, Sledgehammer knocked Viking out, and that was it. Viking was going to get a run back out of it. He wanted to fight him some more. And we said, nope, squashed. Because in the next fight, you will beat the shit out of both Sledgehammer. We didn't want to see it. We like how it ended. So, yeah, Sledgehammer just knocked the shit out of him. And I will say this. It does suck to have a bad back, but you know what? They still called him Stiffy after that. Knocked him out. You couldn't even get his name, Sledgehammer Stick. It was still Stiffy. Hey, good punch, Stiffy. Fucking Stiffy. You knocked the shit out of him. And later on, when the still, he said, fucking blue triangle. Got any Tylenol, dog? Whoa. There's all kinds in theirs. But I understand the back thing. I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. If you want to check out and go watch something else, I understand. Sometimes I say things repeat, like I can't help it. I'm caught up in a story. I don't have everything memorized I've already said before. Past channel is 2 years. I might recall something. I've already said it before. I probably just roll with it, or if you want to, like I say, switch to something else. But don't get at me in the comment section. I already heard that. You said that actually in February last year. Just, roll with it. So, what I'm going to say is this. The worst pain I've ever felt from being jumped up, bitten by a dog, worst pain ever happened to me was the mattress I had at Corcoran State Prison. This mattress was brutal. I was like, stiff, The mattress, all the stuffing where the foot was on the left side. So the left side of the mattress was real high, which caused my foot to be up. But yet there was no mattress on the right, so that foot was low. So it's really uneven. And think about that on your back, to have your feet just uneven, one up, just one high, one low. Then with my back, it caused me to sink into like a dip, and then up over here, it caused this shoulder to sink in with this shoulder up, and it was just, while this leg was up, this shoulder was up. This foot was down, this shoulder was down. So it was this had me forced in a real weird position, and there's no way you could straighten out or nothing. I'm just laying there at night I'm stiff. Hurt to the point, I rolled up my mattress, and I put it under my bed. And then I just slept on the cookie sheet. That's what they have. We used to have springs. They got rid of them because guess what? We took the springs, made them into knives. So it's called a cookie sheet. I just slept on the cookie sheet. I had like 6 blankets. I hustled up and just kind of made a blanket mattress and just blanket and cookie sheet. But I thought, no, fuck it. I took my mattress out, I cut it open, cut it all the way open and tried to manipulate the stuffing in there, pull it, and still, no matter what I did, I could not really get into flatten it out. And then I had tied it up with string. All it did is when we had a shakedown a week later and the cops came and saw that, and my mattress cut, and they thought, jackpot! This dude cut his mattress open and hit knives or drugs or anything. And they cut it out, found nothing. They were pissed, threw the mattress out, took our floater TVs, took everything we had, and just fucking left us there, assed out. My silly Smiley from Orange County had TV, and his TV was, believe it or not, the picture was sideways, if you get that. In order to see the TV normal, you have to turn his TV on its side, and then you can see it normal. But they took that motherfucker too. And then my TV, this whole thing I brought out the side for different Fresno. Couldn't stand this fucking dude either. Lifer in prison, married and divorced 3 times. Wrap your head around that. It's like, what the fuck? I can't even get a girlfriend out on the fucking streets. We got this lifer, married and divorced 3 times. Yeah, we didn't like each other one bit. That fucking dude. So, other than that, what else? Yeah, I just wanted to make a video, talk to you guys, come hang out. What's really weird is my last video did poorly on views, and I'm not used to that. I think the algorithm's mad at me. Either that, or you guys saw the title Oil Dale and thought, fuck that, we care about an Oil Dale video. But usually when you post a video and then you go to Creator Studio, it'll say if you're getting average amount of views, good, more than good. And I always get, more than average, views. Views are great, they tell me when I look at it. Yay, yesterday I looked, views are down, views are poor, they said. Like, man, I wonder why. Algorithm, or just people like, eh. So, at the end of the day, I don't care. But it's an interesting thing. I care if the algorithm's messing with me. Then I care like, what's up, algorithm? That's dirty. I do not care if you guys out there in YouTube land decide we're not feeling it, we don't want to watch it. Hey, you guys had that right. And that's cool. You guys are only going to stick around as long as you want to. I'm only as good as my last video. I know how it works. And one day may come to a day when you guys just, no one is feeling it no more. And that's when I'll shut her on down. No one's tripping. Love you guys though. The utmost. Cut the string, let it fly. Peace.